Welcome back to CFA Reading 2, Session 1. Today's topic is What is Professionalism? Exploring its 6 key branches. First, please like and subscribe to my channel. Then let's get started. 1 is knowledge of law, 2 is integrity of capital markets, 3 is duties to clients, 4 is duties to employers, 5 is investment, analysis, recommendations, and actions, 6 is conflicts of interest. Knowledge of law, independence and objectivity, misrepresentation, misconduct. Knowledge of law, M&C must understand and comply with all applicable laws, rules, and regulations, including COE and SOPC. These rules and regulations pertain to any government, regulatory organization, licensing agency, or professional association governing their professional activities. Must comply with more strict law in case of conflict. M&C must not knowingly participate or assist and must dissociate from any violation of laws. Guidance, Editor's Code and Standards. Versus local law members must know laws and regulations related to their professional activity in all countries where they conduct business. Adhere to stricter rule while deciding between local laws and codes and standards of CFAI. Must comply with local laws related to professional activity. Never violate codes and standards even if activity is otherwise legal. Guidance, CHOLANS. Participation in or association with violation by others members must dissociate or separate themselves from any ongoing client or employee activity which is illegal or unethical. In extreme case, they may have to leave the employer. May, at first, confront the individual involved. Approach supervisor or compliance department. Inaction with continued association may be construed as knowing participation. Recommended procedures for compliance members. Members must keep themselves updated with applicable laws, rules, and regulations. Compliance laws must be reviewed on an ongoing basis in order to ensure that they address prevailing laws, CFAI standards, and regulations. Members should maintain current reference material for employees in order to keep them up to date on laws, rules, and regulations. In doubt, members should seek advice of counsel or their compliance department. Members must document any violation when they disassociate from any prohibited activity. Members must encourage their employers to end such activity. Under some circumstances, it may be advisable or otherwise required by the law to report violations to governmental authorities. Standards, CFAI, do not require members to report violations to governmental authorities. CFAI encourages members, clients, and public to submit written report against a CFA member or candidate involved in violation of the CFA Code and Standards. Recommended procedure for compliance firms. Members should encourage their firms to develop and/or adopt a code of ethics, highlight applicable laws and regulations to employees, establish written procedures for reporting suspected violation of laws, regulations, or company policies. Members in charge of supervision, creation, and maintenance of investment services should be aware of and comply with regulations and laws in their country of origin. They must be aware of and comply with regulations of countries where products, services will be sold. Independence and objectivity. M&C must use reasonable care and judgment to achieve and maintain independence and objectivity in professional activities. Do not accept any gift or any type of consideration that may compromise their own or another's independence and objectivity. Guidance investment process must not be influenced by any external sources. Modest gifts by clients are permitted. Allocation of shares in oversubscribed initial public offering to personal accounts is not permitted. Distinguish BW gifts from clients and entities seeking influence to the detriment of the client. Gifts must be disclosed to the member's employer either prior to acceptance or subsequently. Guidance investment banking relationships. Do not get pressurized from sell-side analyst to issue favorable research on current or prospective investment banking client. Disclose conflicts and manage these appropriately while working with investment bankers in roadshows. Ensure effective firewalls between research, investment management, and investment banking activities. Guidance public companies. Do not limit research to discussions with company management. Use sources like suppliers, customers, competitors. Analysts must not be pressured to issue favorable research by the companies they follow. Guidance by side clients, responsibility of portfolio managers. To respect and foster intellectual honesty of sell-side research, portfolio managers must not pressurize sell-side analysts. They may have large positions in particular securities. Rating downgrade may adversely affect portfolio performance. Fund manager relationships. Members responsible for selecting outside managers should not accept gifts, entertainment, or travel that might be perceived to impair members' independence and/or objectivity. Guidance credit rating. Agency members employed by credit rating agencies make sure they prevent undue influence by security issuing firms. Members using credit ratings must be aware of potential conflicts of interest, therefore may consider independent validation of the rating granted. Guidance issuer, paid research, analysts' compensation for such researches should be limited. Preference is flat fee. No reward must be attached with report's recommendation. Guidance travel, best practice. Analysts pay their own commercial travel while attending information events or tours sponsored by the firm being analyzed. Recommended procedures for compliance. Protect the integrity of opinions, unbiased opinion of the analyst, and design proper compensation systems. Create a restricted list. Remove the controversial company from research universe. Restrict special cost arrangements. Limit the use of corporate aircraft to situations in which commercial transportation is not available. MNC should pay for commercial transportations and hotel charges. Limit the acceptance of gratuities and/or gifts to token items only. Develop formal policies related to employee purchases of equity or equity-related IPOs. Strict limits on private placements. Effective supervisory and review procedures. Ensure that research analysts are not supervised or controlled by any department that could compromise the independence of analysts. Appoint a senior officer with oversight responsibilities for compliance with firm's COE and all regulations concerning its business. Misrepresentation. M&C must not knowingly make any misrepresentations relating to investment analysis, recommendation, actions, or other professional activities. Misrepresentation causes mistrust. Do not give false impressions in oral, written, and electronic communication. Misrepresentation includes guaranteeing investment performance, plagiarism, or using someone else's work without giving him credit. Misrepresentation also includes deliberately omitting information that could affect investment decision. Models and analysis developed by others at firm are the property of firm members can use them without attributing to developers. Compliance firms should provide employees who deal with clients a written list of firms' available services and its qualifications. Employee qualification should be accurately presented as well. To avoid plagiarism, firm must keep record of all sources and cite them. Generally understandable and factual information need not to be cited. Members should encourage firms to establish procedures for verifying marketing claims of third parties whose information the firm provides to clients. Misconduct. M&C must not involve in dishonesty, fraud, deceit, or commit any act that reflects adversely on their professional reputations, integrity, or competence. Guidance. CFAI discourages unethical behavior in all aspects of members' and candidates' lives. Do not abuse CFAI PCP by seeking enforcement of this standard to settle personal, political, or other disputes not related to professional ethics. Recommended procedures for compliance firms are encouraged to adopt these policies and procedures to develop and adopt a code of ethics and make clear that unethical behavior will not be tolerated. Give employees a list of potential violations and sanctions, including dismissal. Check references of potential employees. If you found this video on what is professionalism helpful or have any questions, let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.